Station, dude.
Station.
Dude, I love that thumbnail, man. I love that poster. And the freaking font. I can't get over that font, man. Shout out Mike, man. Dude, Magic Mike. I was just thinking, I was like, the cover story's been working, Mike. You're on tour becoming a rock star. Or
Right.
maybe he's on tour freaking, showing the ladies the goodies that he's working with. Mr. Magic Mike.
Okay, that's a different kind of Magic Mike than I was thinking, but I
I know.
I get what you're doing.
I was just being silly. But yeah, man, we got us a special guest tonight. As always, my main man, Steph, is in the building, bro. Station, dude. Thanks for joining us tonight, bro.
Oh, of course. Always a pleasure to be with you gentlemen.
I mean, bro, your co-host, I almost would say at this point, but dude, I always love.
But still, always a special guest.
Steph
is. Special Steph is our special guest.
Like that.
Straight up. You might as well change the name to Special Steph.
Responsibility.
Trust me, not here. But you got to start making the intros.
Yeah, you're like, oh shit.
Expect a significant reduction in quality, guys.
Oh, they're just gifts. Anyway.
Well, tonight we got a special one. This past Monday, Robbie reviewed Stuart Gordon's From Beyond. And bro, I was so freaking bummed I couldn't make it, man. I literally watched Stuck because I just had to. I had to go down the Stuart Gordon rabbit hole again. And I watched Stuck. I watched From Beyond. Then I threw on Dagon. And so I was that's all I watched Monday. I ended up watching this the last 2 days. But I was so ready, and then, I told you, some unfortunate stuff happened, so I wasn't able to make it. But
your presence was lacking. Like we felt your absence.
Man, I hate to hear that, man. I hate to hear that.
Well, because we just, especially when it's Stuart Gordon, this is something that we share. Because when you start talking, when you meet somebody and they're like, "Oh, I'm into horror films," and you start talking with them. And they start saying stuff like, "Oh yeah, I like Friday 13th. Oh, okay, that's fine. Oh, I like this. Oh, okay." But when they start going, "I like Stuart Gordon films," not just I like Reanimator, but I like Stuart Gordon, right? Unlike some of our homies and compatriots that are not here tonight because apparently found out they're not really a big Stuart Gordon fan. We're not going to name any names, but it rhymes with Schmurno. But I just want to say, keep trying. Anyway. Yeah,
I wonder if you watched Reanimator yet, though.
That's the one.
Like that's That's the
if
one
you don't like
gotta dive
Reanimator,
into
you're not
first.
going to like any of Stuart Gordon's films, right? I don't know.
I tell you, man, what we're reviewing tonight is 1987 Empire Pictures Dolls, and man, I absolutely adore this film, dude. I adore it. I love both. I wish I had the slipcover so bad for this, bro, because I just love this. I love this newfounded art that they put on it with Mr. Punch in front.
Yeah.
The girl looking at the eyeball, and then the window. I just love the entire aesthetic, the scenery, the like old school Victorian house.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it's gonna kill me. The house runners. What is his name? Gabriel. And what's I forget his wife's name. Helen, maybe. But Hillary. Okay, I absolutely love both of them. And Gabriel, I believe, played. He played, what is his name? He played, I think, in Puppet Master 3. I want to say.
Yeah, he's in Puppet Master 3.
Is it Puppet Master 3? Because they changed the name of the main guy because they had the one guy who gets killed in the beginning of the first one. I don't know why I can't think of that, but yeah, I absolutely love that actor, man. He is a classic. And dude, this is Empire Pictures before Charlie Band was able to turn his company into Full Moon Features, or Full Moon. So this was way before all that, man. And I love Empire, bro. I just straight up, I love it. What was the other couple ones I was telling you about before? There's like Dungeon Master, what was that one? Cellar Dweller. Those are some Empire Pictures.
I do like Cellar Dweller.
Cellar Dweller's fun, man. I wish Jeffrey Combs was in it more, but it's still cool. It's still a fun one. And speaking of who did the effects, John Carl Buechler. And funny thing, did I tell you? Don Mancini wrote the script to Cellar Dweller. He used a fake name, like a fake writing name, but that's his first official credit ever. But John Carl Buechler did the effects for Cellar Dweller as he did for Dolls, man. And R.I.P. the legend John Carl Buechler. R.I.P. freaking Stuart Gordon, man. Both of them are straight up legends, bro. I wish I knew what the guy's name would play. I think is it Guy who plays Gabriel? Stephen Lee, maybe?
Guy Rolfe.
Is it Guy Rolfe?
Yeah.
Well, rest in peace to him too, because he's a legend. But dude, I absolutely love this movie. I love it so much. It's hard to say because he has so many good ones, but this might be my favorite Stuart Gordon, just because it's like what he can do. Where I feel like we know what he can do with Reanimator, where he can go balls to the fucking wall. He did it in From Beyond. And I feel like that's where Yuzna comes in and has to take it to the next level with stuff like Bride and Society mainly, you know what I mean? But I just love that, what is this? Is it rated R? It is rated R.
100% rated R.
But I almost feel like it
is toned down though. If you know any of the backstory, a lot of the violence kind of got toned down because they were worried about tonal clash in this film, believe it or not.
Yeah, that's what I mean, because this is one that would have been like a primer for me, like Child's Play, Killer Clowns from Outer Space, Puppet Master. But to me, this is like, I love Puppet Master, but this feels like it just has more money and just a little bit more care to it, and not as much of like a B. This doesn't feel like a B movie to me. Like Puppet Master does, straight up. Like when I put that on, I know I'm watching a B movie. But Dolls don't feel like that. This feels like I wish we could have got like a trilogy of this. You know what I mean? Like I absolutely adore these characters. Everyone in it is so good. Stuart Gordon's wife plays like the crazy, bitchy, wicked stepmother. You know what I mean? Just the Stuart Gordon takes this in like a folklore type way, and I just love that, bro. Steph, bro, was this your first time watching this?
It actually wasn't. I didn't realize it until I started watching. I was like, oh, I've seen this before. but I've seen it actually quite a few times just when I was younger and never placed the name to the movie. I enjoyed it a lot. I think what you said about it being like a perfect primer for like, and to tie into what Robbie said about it being toned down, like it seemed like there was blood, but in a way like they shied around certain parts, you know.
Yeah.
But not to say it wasn't done well. I think they did well within the boundaries they worked in, you know. So yeah, this is my cousin actually told me about this when I was younger, and you know, after seeing Toy Story, this kind of messed me up because I only thought toys could come to life and you know in a good way, and after seeing something like this, I was like, who knows what creepy shit my toys are plotting on me for, you know?
Dude, that's one thing I love about it, where you know Ralph goes like, you know, I stayed up every night trying to wait for my toys to, you know, like come alive. I used to leave cookies under the bed. It's just like the heart of being a child. And dude, straight up, man, like all of us, we might be grown ass men, but you know, we still got a little kid in all of us, you know.
Could you imagine if our toys came to life? We'd wake up, we'd have the legacy virus, there'd be craters in our fucking living rooms.
Oh my
God. It'd be wild, man.
I'd get freaking murked by like a bunch of like, you know, my favorite horror icons, and then I'd be scarred for life, you know. Yes, it is a Sons of Anarchy shirt. I was trying to find one of my horror shirts, but I ain't have no Stuart Gordon, sadly. Dude, there's that freaking incredible 35th anniversary Evil Dead shirt on Fright Rags. So dope, bro. I was about to get it. I'm gonna get it, but I like placed the order because I was scared something was gonna go out of stock, and of course it didn't. So I'm trying to wait because dude, it's expensive for shipping, bro. And they don't put it in nothing but like a little bag, you know? So it's like you're paying $14 for shipping. I don't know why. But yeah, happy belated St. Patrick's Day with all the leprechaun and the intro talk. Speaking of the freaking, dude, the whole 7 movie collection on Blu-ray is like $10 on Amazon for Leprechaun. I think I'm about to snag it up.
It's worth every penny.
Insane, bro. It's so worth it.
Including Leprechaun in the Hood. You said all of them?
It's all of them except the most recent one. It has all the way up to Leprechaun Origins. It doesn't have that recent remake reboot where it was like a direct sequel to the original. It's called Leprechaun Returns, I think. It doesn't have Warlock Davis in it, but I still liked it.
Word.
There was something I was gonna see when you talked about something, but Robbie, dude. What I was gonna say is I feel like compared to what we've seen with Stuart Gordon, this feels so tame, it's insane. You know what I'm saying? And it rhymed, I think, what I just said. But yeah, just what we've seen him do with freaking From Beyond and Reanimator. Yeah, this feels like a PG movie, honestly, in a way. You know what I'm saying? Not in a bad way, but I just think what it brings is perfect. It's not too over the top. I wish there was maybe a little like unrated cut because that would have been fun, especially like as an adult now. But I love what we get, man, and I think what they bring is just perfect. Robbie, man, I know this was not the first time you watched this, so what are your thoughts on
it? This, by the way, I don't have I don't have a slip, and I don't have the new art because I in fact have this just Spanish version of this on Blu-ray. Because
88 films though?
What's that?
Oh, 101? What is that, 101? Dude, that's still a good elite.
It's cool. It's got a commentary. It's all it has. It's just got a commentary. Dude, but anyway, it was a way to get dolls on Blu-ray because I have a region-free player. Yeah. So it was a way to get dolls on Blu-ray for less than $20. And what Dylan has right now, if I wanted that, I'm wanting to spend you got to spend like $100 to get that nowadays. So, and if you want the slip, that's why he's got that bagged up. Anyway, that poster art right there, right? So this is the first Stuart Gordon film I ever watched, and I watched it like Steph did at a young age because in my family, this is a family movie. There's no nudity and there's no excessive cursing. So everything in it.
Nudity.
What?
I found one scene of nudity. That girl with the black outfit who's trying to steal from Ralph, when she's getting like dragged, little nip flashes, bro.
Bro, what are you doing? Are you those
Little
guys that
nip
knocked up
flashes.
running?
I
Are
never
you the guys
noticed.
that you're the guys that knocked up running that website or something, trying to
Yeah.
find every
So
little
what was that,
nip
Mr.?
slip in a
Yeah.
horror film? Anyway,
Mr.
what I'm saying is it wasn't heavy on those things. So I watched this as a kid because I mean, who wouldn't buy that VHS right there? Who wouldn't rent it?
Straight
I
up,
should
man.
say. We
Straight
talk
up.
about, you know, how those movies, those covers were designed. This movie, the cover and the title were designed before anything else. That's something that Charles Band did, which is really interesting. So he came up with the title Dolls, and he had an artist do that cover, and that's how he sells. That's how he gets financing. So he got Stuart Gordon, and they kind of took it in a little bit of a different direction. There was a little bit of a push and pull. Charles Band wanted a straight up slasher film, and if you look at his producing and directing repertoire, you'll see that he likes killer dolls. You know, like it's just a thing in his wheelhouse. And it's because this movie's legitimately creepy. Like watching it as a 40-year-old man by myself with my cat the other night, it creeps you out when those dolls start moving, because this is actually Stuart Gordon's second film. It's the third released, but it's the second. So they shot this one and From Beyond back to back. They filmed it on the same set. They built that like stately manor house or whatever. They built that and they filmed this one there, and then they filmed From Beyond there. And that's why Jeffrey Combs and them aren't in this one. It's because it was like a back-to-back kind of thing. And in From Beyond, if you remember, they destroyed the house, right? We covered that on PCP Movie Night. Check it out this last Monday. But this one was released after From Beyond because they decided to allow as much time that dude needed to do the special effects. That's stop motion, right? And that adds so much to this film. The dolls move in a dreamlike way that feels incredibly unnerving and unsettling, even as an adult, right? So that creeps you out when they start like sawing into people's damn ankles and shit. That messes me up. So it's a good film. It's a creepy film. When I was a kid, it really got to me. I love the film. I still love it today. I wouldn't go so far as to say that it's Stuart Gordon's best, but it is, in a way, probably one of his most high potential ones, right? So we're talking about Stuart Gordon, the dude who wrote Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
Yeah.
Right? So he has the ability or the want. I think the echo's coming from Dylan's side. So he's got the ability, he's got the want to do like a cross barrier kind of like movie that could like go and be big, right? Honey, I Shrunk the Kids was one of them. He didn't direct it, but he wrote it. This shows that potential. Imagine if Steven Spielberg came in and Gremlins this up. You know what I'm saying? That could have been, but it was kind of came and went and was forgotten. It's developed this cult following. What I'm trying to say is Stuart Gordon wanted to tone it down. Charles Band wanted just a straight up slasher, like, you know, just make it real quick, cheaply produce it, cut it, put it out, and we're good. Right. But Gordon wanted to add this more whimsical kind of flair to it, this more fairy tale nature, this more family friendly kind of vibe to it. So they did tone that violence down. And like I said, to most families, they're not going to show this to their kids. It's going to be a little too intense probably. But I watched it as a kid, blew me the fuck away, still blows me away. The effects, the performances, it's comedic, it's whimsical. Yeah. And some of the performances in here stand out as some of the best. And I would say Guy Rolfe in particular as the Gabriel dude, like stands out as some of the best performances in a Stuart Gordon film in particular. Love the movie. Think it's fucking amazing. Anyway, there you go. So even with the struggle of the tonal clash, they produce something unlike most other things. It's like a kid's movie that goes a bit too hard.
Yeah.
Right?
It's a good way of putting it.
Yeah.
You've been hearing the echo still?
No.
I had it muted. I don't know why. I have a terrible ringing in my ears. Y'all still hear it?
When I'm talking, There was an echo from your speakers.
Well, now he's saying I have a terrible ring in my ear, so I'm wondering if like it's sounding fucked up. But yeah, let me know in the chat and don't mess with me, Scarpet, because I know you would like to clown on him, man. But yeah, dude, the special effects are absolutely incredible on this. Like, there's stop motion and there's puppetry, so no, it's gone. Cool, Ev. Thanks. But yeah, dude, I mean, especially if you're like Chucky fan, I remember now that you said that they created the poster, and that scene with the doll taking its eyes out wasn't even in the film, and then Charlie's like, no, dude, like you gotta get that in there. So they like went out and did that.
Glad they did though. Good scene.
Yeah, it is iconic, definitely. And people would have bitched to this day if there was that cover and no scene like that. They would have too.
Because a lot of movies did that back in those days, right? Yeah. It's like when you buy a comic and you're like, this shit's not inside this book.
Yep. They still do that shit today. Well, let me see. Who would have been your favorite character, Steph?
Ooh, if I'm gonna be honest, probably was it Judy, the little girl.
Judy. Yeah.
She kept trying to tell everyone what was up, and no one wanted to believe her because she was a girl. A young girl, a little kid. She almost had the most common sense out of everyone in the movie, So I'm gonna have to give it up to her. Everyone else just kind of like, no, weird shit going on, no.
And for a kid, we know how annoyed people like Robbie get from kid actors.
Yeah. She's not like a perfect kid actor in my opinion, right? But she's not. I mean, she's pretty good. She's not Bob from fucking House by the Cemetery. Bob, or even Alistair.
You just say make
Alistair. Uh-huh. I renounce my wish.
Anyway, I think she's a little sweetheart.
She's fine. She's great in the movie. But my favorite bit with her is when she goes, "Oh, Teddy." Like when she has that fantasy where the teddy bear kills her freaking dad and stepmom. I love it.
Love that scene. I was like, oh shit. I was like, that threw me off. I was like, is that a giant teddy bear?
Yeah.
Or, I mean, I knew it was a giant teddy bear, but I was like, was that like a giant doll teddy bear come to life? And then it revealed it was like a dream scene. I was like,
what if deep down the Judy is just like a psycho and
that's what I was thinking.
She killed everyone and just blamed it on the dolls.
I got an idea. We do a sequel to Dolls, direct sequel, ignoring all the other sequels that never happened. But we do a direct sequel. She is now the one running the manor, trapping people, right? Because it's got this fairy tale kind of flavor to it. Straight and she really helps sell it from a kid's perspective. And at the same time doesn't come across as super obnoxious to adults like some kids can in horror films.
Yeah.
One of the best is the kid from Monster Squad that's in Cujo. He's awesome in Cujo.
What is he, the main kid?
He's the main kid in Monster Squad. That's the kid in Cujo.
Oh, okay.
Come on, Dylan. This is your horror show. You didn't know that?
It's been a while since I've seen Cujo. I do love Cujo, but yeah, that just gave me a brain fart. But yeah, dude, I love the fantasy aspect of it. Is that who would be your favorite though, Rob?
Oh, it's a duo. I'm gonna cheat. I'm gonna go with Gabriel and Hillary. Like absolutely amazing, because this is what I love about this movie and why I think it works so well from a kid's perspective and handles that so freaking well. And that's something that Stuart Gordon has proved in his career, is that he's able to handle that. He's able to do different things. Not everything is going to be, tits out, heads given heads and weird sexual freaking thing, innuendo, like the pineal gland from Beyond. And how do you explain that hard on I just got? It's not everything has to be like that, right? So this is because a lot of people think of Stuart Gordon, they think of sleaze, and I think you pointed out to it earlier. I think the sleaze factor mostly comes from Brian Hughes now.
Yeah,
because if you take his work, you can clearly see in Bride of Reanimator, Society, and other films that he has directed and produced his influence on Stuart Gordon's work in particular. But they are, first of all, they're the villains of the picture, right? So they're like, it's the evil witch. And I love that moment too, where it's like, the dumbass dad hasn't figured anything out. And he's like, you old witch. He's like, figured it out. It's just like the explanation of how it happens. None of that matters. But this is what I love about it. They're not the villains of the picture. Yeah. Like on paper they are, but they're not. They are the only people in this entire house concerned about what's her name. Is it Judy?
Yeah.
Like the only
Judy and Ralph. Ralph.
And the other dude. They're the only ones that care. And yeah, it's nefarious. They trap people, invite them in their house, and then let their dolls judge them. Basically.
Ralph and those two chicks literally just barged in, and they start sipping on the soup. They're just loud as hell. I'm like, who does this? I
think there's something in that soup, by the way. That soup is part of what is a magic brew. Because when she's over it, she's like a witch, right? She's looking at it. And like they eat that. That's some kind of like taxidermical type shit or something that like if they want, then they do the intent and the spell and it all works together, right? That's part of the fizz. That's why it looks so gross or whatever. But nobody talks about it being gross. So I bet it tastes good. That being said, the whole point is they are such good natured characters in this movie. And you want them to win. You want them, they're the heroes. That's an interesting thing. And really the way that with what the movie is speaking on, the view of adults by children, they nail this, right? Because on paper, the father and the stepmother should be more of the heroic types in this picture than the two witches that are like trapping people and killing them, turning them into dolls and shit, right? Yeah. But they're not. And that's a cool kind of flipping the script kind of thing. I think it ties into the theme very well. And their performance is endearing, charming, and just masterful. Like I would have loved, you could have done 8 Dolls movies, every single one, the same plot, just different characters, and just kept those 2 going. Mm-hmm. I would have watched every single fucking one of them.
Me too. I love it so much. Those 2 are definitely my favorite as well. But I'm going to go and say Ralph as well, because I think Ralph is great. And without him, Judy wouldn't be as good, I don't think. I feel like, she kind of brings the kid out in him a little bit. And he's kind of fighting it, where there's times where she's just like, yes, Ralph. Yes, Ralph. Like all fucking movie. But, and like, he'll break whatever down for her. And he'll be like trying to be an adult, but he knows like deep down that, this is what he believes. And, I know when like the dad's beating up Mr. Punch, man, I'm like afraid for Mr. Punch, but we all know how that goes. But yeah, dude, you're definitely like rooting for Gabriel and his wife and, the Dolls, man.
I was going to say, even at the end, after the evil shit, I guess you could say they've done, they're still laying it out in such a very they have great bedside manner, it was just a bad dream, and they said they would rather you stay with your mother, and and one more thing, we're taking the girls with us as well,
he just throws the fucking letter into the fire. I like how Ralph is still a little bit of an adult. He's like, okay, we're just going to get the fuck out of here as quickly as possible.
And then after they drive off, Judy's like, oh, are you married? My mom's real pretty. But then you see another car fucking get stuck in the ditch. Yeah. So you see it's going to continue. That's why you're right, man. Like they could have done so many more of these. And I don't understand why they didn't. I mean, like I said, I love Puppet Master. Maybe it's because they're so much cheaper to make. But I just don't see how they made so many of those and we only got 1 Dolls movie. That's the only thing that I just don't.
It didn't make money. That's the thing. Oh, yeah. Puppet Master was able to make money based on its budget and stuff. Dolls kind of came away. I don't think Puppet Master was a bigger deal when I was a kid, but I mean, it can't have made movie at the theater, but I guess it was just a different business model. I doubt it. They were able to make it work, right? This movie, for instance, was shot for $2 million. It did make $3.5 million, but that's kind of what Charles Band has made his entire career, and no pun intended, empire based on, right? Like making movies super cheap, but cult, like he knows how to make cult movies. We're talking about the guy who's responsible for the Evil Bong franchise, Puppet Master, was Ginger Dead Man. Yeah. Like, come on, right? And also has all the like saucy, like softcore shit, you know, which, you know, I'm kind of a fan of, a little partial to it. So he's able to make cheap shit that people want, seedy cheap shit that people want, and he's able to make a buck on it, man. He's been doing that for decades now.
Yeah, dude. He's been killing it. He's got a bunch of stuff out there, man. What'd you think about like the cinematography and how else do you word that, Robbie? Cinematography and just the way that
I combined that with like story and structure.
Story structure. Like that, yeah. I was about to
basically
say,
craft. Wow. The craft involved is usually what I'm talking about. Yeah.
What'd you think on that? We'll go with you, Robbie, and then go down to stuff than me.
Pretty damn near masterful. All right. So in this, we got to talk about the script. The script is by somebody I don't think that's done another thing. It's Ed Naha. I mean, he's done other things. I don't think he's done other things with Stuart Gordon. This was written on spec for Charles Band and then given over to Stuart Gordon. And then he was able, and I think the writer, because initially it was only supposed to be about one killer doll, even though the damn movie's called Dolls. And the writer came in and said, I'll do it, but I want to add more dolls. And I think this was a rather ambitious project for what they were doing. That stop motion shit is not cheap, especially at this day. That was probably the majority of the budget. So the special effects are absolutely amazing. I think the script is really well because the script is obviously going to be probably very different than what turned out, but Stuart and Ed kind of were able to bring it together and make a really solid thing that in any other people's hands, this would be a movie that would have tonal clash. I don't think it does. I think it's a charming, fun, all ages movie with slaughter in it. And it does have some gnarly violence for, you know, I'm not telling you that this is appropriate for your children because that's a decision that you need to make for yourself. But I would have no problem showing this to a kid and laughing when they got scared. But I am not a father. So there you go. I have a cat and cats don't. My cats really like it when people die in films. It's almost like they, I don't know. It's something weird about it.
Cheer it on.
But no, the style of it too is really good. I mean, Stuart Gordon came in from a stage background, did his first film with Reanimator. That was, for what it was set out to do, kind of a success for him to immediately come in and do something as bold and as ambitious as this, and to try to do something that's a little bit more sellable, if that makes sense, a little bit more like capable of having a wider audience, even though it didn't find it initially, it found it later on. I think it's masterful. I think it's actually very well done. There's some really great camera work. They've got a constricted set because no matter how big a set is, it feels constricted when you're on it trying to make a movie in it. And how do we make halls and rooms look visually interesting over and over and over again? And they do that. It has a labyrinthian feel to it. And so I think it's shot well. I think the cinematography is solid. And I think it's incredibly well done on a craft level, style, structure, and special effects.
Oh yeah, that Ed Naha guy actually, he wrote the first Troll that John Carl Buechler
That's
did.
Right. That's why he got the. That's why he got the gig, because he did Troll. That's right.
But I know that John Carl Buechler like created the premise, and he went to Ed Naha to like basically write the script out for him. He also did Chud too, Bud the Chud, but he used a different name, and M.K. Kane Jeeves. Says he did Spellcaster too, which I think is another Empire film, but I never saw it. Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, he did the screenplay. Doll Man, but he's unaccredited for the story. So maybe he was like the idea man, kind of like Honey, I Blew Up the Kids, Doll Man versus Demonic Toys, which no, I think it's just because he created the character Doll Man, maybe.
That's freaking awesome though. So apparently, yeah, he worked on Yeah, he worked on Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. So that makes sense. Yeah. Like, that's like a natural progression. Like, how do we pitch something that has crazy, fantastical science fiction elements to an all ages audience? That's probably where the germ of that idea started, was probably on their collaboration here, man. That's really cool. I never thought about that. I didn't realize that Ed Naha was a part of that.
Yeah, I guess so. He worked on the show and all the movies, so that's pretty cool. But yeah, man, Steph, what did you think about the style, story, and structure?
I can't put it any better than Robbie, but I did think it was very well done. The beginning parts of the movie, I found myself thinking, like, seems like it almost be like it reminded me like the Haunted Mansion, like a Disney type of magical ghost story. The lighting, like when the punk chick rocker or whatever thief is like creeping through that room, and like, you know, it's like storming outside, but like the silhouettes of the shadows and stuff was really well done. There was a particular scene where Ralph and Judy were like walking down the hall together, and like Robbie said, you know, it's hard to really like pull off these long hallways and different looks, you know, in terms of like distance and length. I think they did that really well done. That was really well done. Yeah, I think this movie had a bigger budget, slightly bigger budget, could have done really well, done more than what it did. I think it worked well within the constraints it had.
Yeah, looking at its budget of $2 million, I am in 85, 86 when they're filming this, I'm incredibly impressed with what they did. Like, with $2 million right now, they couldn't give you a pilot episode of Boba Fett. You know what I'm saying? Anybody else hearing a feedback?
I wonder if it's like my air or something.
Is it a ringing? Is your mic turned up super? Is your turn your speakers down a little bit, Dylan? See if that takes care of it. Hit the mute button on your mic, Dylan. I just want to test something out. Yeah, that's all from Dylan. I don't know what that is, Dylan, but you're getting some kind of feedback or something is what it sounds like, right?
Pop out and pop back in then.
All right. While he does that, did you notice the music in the film, Steph, at all?
I did, actually, and I think they did quite a good job with the music, to be honest. Certain elements was very real.
Yeah.
But it still had that really whimsical tone to most of the songs throughout it, which I think added to that whole the kid-friendly mystery thing they had going on. Like, we didn't quite know what they were doing, how they're turning people into dolls. Obviously, they're like witches of some sort, but that whole whimsical tone with the music added like this mysterious quality to it, which was prevalent throughout the movie.
Yeah,
because the house was such a mystery. But I enjoyed it. That actually, think it worked well with the film. I don't think it was. I don't think it was like. What's the word I'm looking for? I think it blended quite well.
Yeah. Okay. I love the score. I think it's great. Richard Band did the score on From Beyond and Reanimator, and I like those scores, but I like this one probably even a little bit more because it does have that whimsical quality that you were talking about. It's got this feeling and vibe to it that you get in a lot of Spielberg type scores, right? You get it in certain things, like when we reviewed Satan's Little Helper on PCP Movie Night for Horror Fest. I mentioned that movie had like a whimsical 90s flair. It felt like it was the score to either Hocus Pocus or a Disney Halloween special. And you get those vibes, but done in a more appropriate 80s horror kind of way. The intro of this reminds me a lot, Dylan will know what I'm talking about, of the intro of Funhouse, where you're just seeing the dolls and the music, and it sounds very music box.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. And it keeps that kind of quality through. And I think it's absolutely really good. They don't have the budget. It could be more enriched and emboldened, but as a concept, it works on paper and it works delivered.
Well said.
You still hear it?
No, not now.
It's because it's my fucking air, bro. This mic just picks up everything, bro. Because it's like a really good mic, but the air is kind of loud because I was listening
Mike's too
to it
good,
on
man. It's too
playback.
hot. It's too hot. It's hot mic.
Yeah, I guess so. But yeah, man, I absolutely love the style structure of the movie. I think just the whole Hansel and Gretel type vibe, that this is the longest night in the world. I just absolutely love what they're doing with that. The music is phenomenal. The intro to the movie is just incredible, just like you guys talked about. I love like the creepy heads. I feel like in the music box type music that's being played, it just kind of sets you in to that this is going to be a little something different, kind of more like fairy tale landish in a way, and I just love it. We're just a random family. It's almost like instead of a family walking through the woods and stumbling upon this house that's made of candy or whatever, or these kids, it's just a family that breaks down. They come upon this house in the middle of nowhere, and they come upon a couple of witches,
Yeah.
and one of the craziest rainstorms, which they keep calling the longest night in the world. I just I love absolutely everything that they do with this, and
I did not
yeah,
look at
man.
it like that. That's pretty dope. The Hansel and Gretel.
Yeah.
Yeah, they reference that in the movie visually,
Mm-hmm.
right? Is she reading the book or something like that?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I know
Yeah.
Stuart Gordon. He was going for like like a folklore-ish type tale with this.
Yeah.
He wasn't just it wasn't trying to be just like like a
Well,
child.
it's a morality tale, right? Because they become the dolls. Like it'd be one thing if the dolls just kill these people, but it's even more gnarly than that. Like they're actually turning these fuckers into dolls, which cracks me up, man. And we were talking about the performances. The mom and the stepmom and the dad are insufferable, unbearable characters
the whole time.
They do such a great job of portraying that, though, right? Where you're just like, fuck these two. Like, I cannot wait to see them. And I love the moment when the dude is all like trying to like get some. He's like, hey, the kid's away. Let's have some sex. Let's have some good freaky time.
His reaction.
And she's like, she's dead. But at first he's like, oh, I smell bad. Let me go wash up. And he comes back and bruh, could you imagine how horrifying that would actually be?
Oh my God.
But I love in these movies where like apparently bodies like just are like fucking Velcro on a live human.
Yeah.
Because they always just like fall over and stick on them. They can't get out from under them. They're always like, ah!
Get off me. I love when they're throwing the dolls too, and they like crack and like the inside of them. Like,
bro, that's like the scariest shit to me. Like, I'm like, what the fuck is going on there?
Dude.
The first time you watch this movie, you have no idea. And you're just like, what?
They're all people.
They look like shrunken heads and shit.
They're
and
like
shrunken heads freak me the fuck out, man. I saw one at a Ripley's Believe It or Not museum. Freaks me out still to this day.
So what I take from that is that those are just all people that they've turned into dolls. You know
Absolutely.
what I mean? Dude, that's insane, man. And honestly, I guarantee that they're like hundreds of years old. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no way, man.
A reference or something like, we don't have much contact with the outside world.
Yeah.
Saying they don't keep up with
that she's an antique and stuff like that,
Yep.
But yeah, man, I love it, dude. I think everything they do just absolutely is phenomenal. What did you think about the like the practical effects and the dolls and everything that they went through with that stuff?
I think that was really well done. Like makeup effects, whatever you want to call it, like from the opening scene with the teddy bear. Like I'll be honest, I wasn't really paying attention, and I had to like, all of a sudden I just kind of hear some shit, and I look up and like this horror scene, the teddy bear is like tearing the parents apart. I'm like, oh shit, am I watching the right movie? So I had to rewind it. But once I was paying.
That's when you messaged me.
Yeah, I was like, yo, am I watching the right movie?
Yeah.
But, once I got past that, I was like, yo, that's a pretty badass scene to open up with. Like the teddy bear would look dope as shit. Dolls were creepy. Even, like when they were attacking people and like, they did like a quick shot of them like turning their face, it would show like their expression changed and shit like that. I love even at the beginning when the old girl gets attacked. The first, I think she's the first kill.
Yeah,
But
that blonde
they
chick.
don't show the dolls. They just show her like getting beat the fuck up.
I like that too.
And she's like, when they like first, so when she falls in her face, you know, I'm like thinking, oh, she's gonna get up, and then all of a sudden, like you see her being like ran into the wall. I'm like, oh shit, like that was all really well done, without really showing anything. So I think all the effects were amazing, especially for it to have been on a $2 million budget, and they had the stop motion, which maybe they didn't have a lot of it, but when they used it, it was well done. Like they saved it for the money shot, and it was worth it.
Hell yeah. The shit, what was I gonna say? Oh, I love too. I about her getting her when she's getting her face smashed. I love the little girl just keeps calling them like elves, you know, like the little elves took her away. Like I just love the way that said, you know. Robbie, what did you think about like the practical effects, the you know, the stop motion, and you know some of the designs on the dolls?
Oh, it's absolutely amazing. The fact that they took the gamble, because most productions, they want to get it out as quickly as they can. Right. They took the gamble. They were like, you know what? We're going to set this up. After Reanimator, Stuart Gordon got a 3-picture deal with Empire. Yeah. And it was this and From Beyond next, right? And so the way that they did that, stacking the movie's productions on top of each other to allow From Beyond to come out first, to not lose any momentum from the launch of Reanimator, and then be able to have dolls out the next year, and to have the faith in the practical special effects to do this. That stop motion stuff, it works. The dolls look so good. If they made this today, it would be CG, and it would look not as creepy. There's a creepy quality to practical effects that really fucking work. And I know that we just keep repeating it here on this show, but that's the one thing. If you take anything from Dylan's horror show, if you take anything from any of these conversations we have about any of these movies, understand this. When you do a horror movie, practical works. CG does not necessarily work, but practical will work even when it's still wonky. There are some wonky doll effects in this movie. But it's very forgiving because of how good it is, and how creepy it is that there's this one doll dressed like a cowboy, and he does this kind of thing. Like, it's so weird. And the movement. Another thing too, Stuart Gordon did the sci-fi film Robot Jocks. Yeah. Which also has some stop motion stuff that
definitely inspired Pacific Rim.
Yeah, and I really like it, right? So I'm a big fan of special effects here.
Dude, I wish I could get that Scream. You know, Scream Factory did a Blu-ray for it.
Yeah, it
must have been like right 1,000 print or something weird, because it's like impossible to get.
It's expensive to get the DVD I used to have. I wish I would never gotten rid of it, man. Because I can't get a good copy of it. I got to see if there's a Spanish version somewhere.
Right. I'm hoping Shout would do a 4K version maybe one day, because it's one that could use it.
Out of all the movies yet to release on 4K, I think Robot Jocks is far down on that list.
Dude, I know, but what they've been doing, they just gave freaking Alligator a 4K release, you know? And then,
right, I know. Like, I mean, who would have thunk it?
Who? What was the other one that I said they just didn't? There was another.
Dead Alive.
Sword and Sorcery. Yeah, Dead Alive. But I don't know who's doing that. I don't know if that's Shout. I hope it's Shout. I really do, because that'll be incredible. Hell yeah.
Dead Alive is worthy of one of those like Creep Show, Elvira's Haunted Hills kind of.
Yeah. That thick box, like the Halloween. Because especially since it's never gotten like I know it did get a Blu-ray release, and I have the DVD, but I don't know if it has any special features or anything. But
I'm excited as fuck for that, because that's the one I want Brando to watch.
Yeah.
Dead Alive.
Dead Alive.
Oh yeah, Peter Jackson.
We've
just be like, it's from the Lord of the Rings guy. He's gonna be like, oh, how wholesome.
Yeah, we've been wanting to review that for like 2 years now, but it's just nobody can get the copies of it. Like, even if me and Robbie had it, like me and Robbie, I don't even think you own a copy.
I don't. I sold my fucking DVD copy for $80 one time, and there's a European version of it, so under the title Brain Dead. Right?
Yeah.
Because that's what the movie's actually called. It's called Brain Dead, but here we call it Dead Alive. But I have it. There's like a $30 to $40 Region B or Region 2 Blu-ray, but now that I know that they're going to do this, I'm waiting. So
yeah, definitely. It might take a while. It could be a while, but as long as we get it, man, that's all I care about. Yeah, I'm wondering if they're gonna freaking do any other releases. I haven't really heard anything lately.
Yeah, I mean, you can't just do Dead Alive. We need Meet the Feebles too, man.
I know.
And Bad Taste.
I don't know what it is though. Like the Stuart Gordon movies are just so hard to get, man. I don't know if it's because he was when he died, but I know Scarpad was saying that I think maybe Escape to New York is getting a 4K with like a vinyl record.
Yeah, I saw they announced a 4K of that. And the Thing, right? Aren't they doing a Thing 4K?
Are they? I didn't know that.
I think so.
I know that it did get a 4K from like its company.
Maybe that's what I'm already thinking of then. I don't know.
But yeah, it was like Universal that did that one. Escape to New York though looks cool. I definitely would pick that up. I've been debating on getting that Sword and the Sorcerer movie. Have you ever seen it? That got a 4K, and that's one that I've
never even seen that one, bro.
I guess
I wasn't super big into that kind of fantasy, the swords and sorcery type bits. Yeah. Which I guess that's what the name of the fucking movie is.
Okay.
But I've heard it's good. So
yeah, I guess Escape to New York got a 4K, which that I might upgrade just so then I'll have the slip to go along with Escape from LA. No. Candyman's getting a 4K. Communion, which I never saw.
The original Candyman?
The original Candyman's getting a 4K cool. From Scream Factory, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, so there I noticed lately.
I finally have the trilogy complete. For the first time in my life, I have all fucking three. I'm so excited. Yeah. We got to do a franchise review soon.
Yeah, definitely.
What were we talking about? Oh, special effects.
Style, story, and structure. Or no, the practical effects. I'm sorry. Escape from New York is now a documentary. Just got me. Throw Dolls up on Pluto TV. Never seen it. Really, Scarpad? You've never seen Dolls?
That's surprising me. I hope he likes it.
Yeah, I hope you do like it. Yeah, it's a fun one.
Might be a little tame for Scarpad's taste.
Yeah, but Scarpad's an OG. But yeah, man, I absolutely adore it. We talked about the score. We talked about the effects. John Carl Buechler, man, just really did his thing. What do you think this movie's trying to say? I don't know, Steph. You want to go first, Steph, or you want to let Robbie? And then we could steal off him.
I'll go first.
I know you was thinking it. I know you was thinking it just like I was.
But
I'm trying to think myself.
Keep it simple. Listen to the kids.
Kids are one thing. A lot of people don't listen to kids, but kids pick up on a lot. They see everything. They just might be quiet about it at times, but
they understand more than adults give them credit for it. It's funny because adults always forget that being kids, but kids are aware.
And especially just because nowadays, man, with them growing up with iPhones and shit, you know what I mean? Like they got literally the universe in like the palm of their hands. They can know anything,
It's fucking scary.
It's crazy. Robbie, man, what do you think this movie's trying to say, brother?
Well, I think Steph hit a big part of it right there. The idea of listen to kids, pay attention to them, right? And that's something we see a lot in horror films, especially of this era. But it's also a little bit of expanding that out. Keep the kid inside of you alive, right? And maybe why I love this movie so much is it's speaking so much to me because, I've grown up in my life and I'm sure we've all heard it before. Why are you still reading comics? Why are you collecting those things? Why are you buying toys? Why are you buying stuff that you used to have and got rid of or lost? Like, why are you rebuying stuff? Like, what's up with that? What's up with this nostalgia? Oh, whatever. No, keep the goddamn kid alive in you, right? Because the dad doesn't. The punk rock girls don't. The stepmom definitely doesn't. Ralph does.
Yeah.
Right? Keeps that kid alive.
Innocence, yeah.
Yeah, there's an innocence. There's a perspective. Yep. And I think that perspective, to me, what we need to, in particular, keep alive the childlike part of all of us that we need to keep alive is wonderment, a sense of wonderment. So many adults get jaded, been there, done that. You got guns? Well, I got straps. There's a million motherfuckers on the planet Earth. They talk that hard bullshit because that's all they worth. Is that a happy life? Is that a happy life? What's up, Schmurno? But is that a happy life? To be like, oh, nothing impresses me. I've seen everything. I don't like new music. I don't like new movies. I don't like new comics. I don't like new characters. I don't like the. Well, what the fuck? Let's bring a sense of wonderment about again, right? Why did I buy a Snake fucking Mountain? Because that shit brings awe in my fucking life. And when I come into my house and I see that, I'm in awe. I'm in wonderment. Keep that alive. That is the magic that makes life worth living. Stay a child. Be responsible. Be an adult. But keep a sense of wonderment. Don't feel like you've seen everything, been there, done that, not impressed with shit. Oh, I'm too cool for fucking school and shit like that. That's a fucking attitude we need to get rid of. Be in wonderment on shit. Like love things. Nerd out on things.
Right.
Like be a fucking kid.
And don't be afraid of what you love.
Exactly.
Don't,
if more people are like that, we'd be fine. We'll be fine.
I guess Vern said he did watch Reanimator and he liked it a lot.
So now you need to rewatch everything else with that in your head.
Did you watch Reanimator after you watched From Beyond and Dolls? I feel like you probably did, but who knows? Let me see.
Also, if you don't keep that sense of wonderment and childlike abandon in your life, you may wind up one day staying at a stately manor with two old people and get turned into a fucking doll.
Yeah.
That's just the way.
Well, you do. I mean, nothing wrong with keeping a little kid inside you, man. I mean, if that's what makes you happy, that's what makes you happy. You only live once, man, so you gotta enjoy it. Man, you guys hit everything on the nail. I feel like
you could just steal from us and tie it together.
Never try and take shelter from someone who's doing you a kindness and then try and steal from them, because your ass is gonna get tore up. You know what I'm saying, or smashed into a wall several times. Yeah, man, and listen to your children when they tell you something. You don't take everything that they say with a grain of salt.
Right.
But yeah, they walk, they talk, they kill.
Oh, I spilled paint in the hallway.
Yeah.
And they wrote another letter. P.S. We've taken the girls with us.
Yeah.
Throw it in the fucking fire. That's not scary. That's not suspect. Anyway.
He's just like, let's get out of here, dude.
What kind of car? What does Ralph do, by the way? You see his car?
Yeah.
Like, so wait, his car has no top and it's just out there all night, like in that fucking storm. Like, I don't understand what's going on here.
Maybe
Did the dolls? I think the dolls get the cars out of the fucking thing, the holes, and like clean them up and shit, make them all sticky.
Yeah. Or she does or they do with their witchcraft,
Witchcraft didn't work that way, but the dolls can do it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, maybe you're right.
This isn't Cinderella, Dylan. Come on, it's not that kind of fairy tale.
Mm-hmm. But is there anything else you guys want to mention, or do you guys want to get into the rating?
Let's get into it, man.
All right, man. Well, anyone who has seen Stuart Gordon's Dolls in the chat, throw your rating down below. Out of 1 to 5, you digs. 1 to 5 slips. Y'all know how we do. Steph, my man, what are we thinking on this, bro?
I'm gonna give this one a 3.5. I think it did good for what it, like you guys brought up earlier. There's different tones in this movie, and it could have easily been in like a tonal clash, but there wasn't, so they did that well. I think a little bit more money would have definitely helped bring this movie to life a little bit more, like Robbie said earlier, like a Gremlins type of aspect.
Yeah.
There were parts where I felt like they were holding back, like they wanted to do more. but I mean, the particular scene was the old girl that gets like her head bashed in earlier, but maybe that's how they wanted to execute it.
It took them a while to make the movie. Like they filmed it quick, but all the effects, it took them about a year to do, right, Robbie? Because
Yes,
like you
took
said,
about
they
a whole
filmed
year.
it
Plus,
before From Beyond.
They also did cut out a lot of violence and gore.
Oh yeah, that's
like
true.
they knew they were going for rated R regardless, but they wanted to tone it down a little bit just to bring it into the elements of, I guess, people like my parents that will let a fucking 7-8-year-old Robbie watch this movie.
Right.
That's not a bad thing, but I feel like that kind of, it was held back just a little bit, and just to see see it be a little bit more visceral with its execution might have turned it up a notch for me. But I think 3.5 is a great score. It was very entertaining. It's a universal horror movie. You can watch it as an adult, still enjoy it, maybe, but you can watch it as a kid and enjoy it. So I think it's a primer, great horror primer. That you said that earlier, Dylan. You can't go wrong with those.
Hell yeah. So what did you say your rating was?
3.5.
3.5. Hell yeah. Not bad, not bad. That's definitely respectable, without a doubt. Robbie, what are you thinking, my man?
Well, last year at Horror Fest, we did Reanimator. I gave it 5 you digs.
Yeah.
Perfect score. Because I like to judge, especially horror films, on what they're set out to do, what they're trying to do with what they've got, right? And I love Reanimator. I gave From Beyond on Monday night a 4.5.
Wow.
Right? I think that this is smack in the middle. So I'm going to give it a 4.69. Right?
Yeah.
I would, or on my channel, I would tell my guest, we don't fucking do that here. You got to fucking choose. And I would say the high point of 4.5. No, but it's really good. I am tempted as fuck to give into my sense of child wonderment and awe and give it 5 you digs. I love this movie. I can watch it any fucking time. Put it on. I'll watch it. No matter what's going on. You put it on in the middle. I'll fucking watch it. I've seen this movie so many goddamn times. It was the first Stuart Gordon film I've ever seen. The second was Fortress, by the way, because everybody watched Fortress back in the fucking day. And the videos were like, Christopher fucking Lambert. It's like sci-fi prison meets Highlander. It's okay. It's not that bad, but that's a Stuart Gordon film too. A lot of people don't remember that, right? So Fortress is him. But then when I watched Reanimator, I thought I was discovering a new fucking director. And then I found out, oh, Dolls. It was just like Steph this week. I watched it. I was like, I've seen this fucking movie. I know this movie. This movie's fucking awesome. So I love it, man. Still holds up. 4.69, bro. It's everything we said. I think it's saying something nice. It's a good fairy tale. It's whimsical. It hits that right level. This is the best all ages fucking horror film I've ever seen. Because to me, it's all ages, even though it's rated R. But
that's good. So Fable saw Fortress in theaters.
Hell yeah, man! It's a good movie. I like it. I do like it. But
man, after rewatching, because I definitely would agree, Reanimator's a 5 all day. And I think I might even said at one point I might have liked From Beyond the same or maybe a little better, just like my preference. But after rewatching them this week, I definitely like Reanimator better than From Beyond. Not saying I don't. I absolutely love From Beyond. It's just the tone, you know what I'm saying? The tone of Reanimator and From Beyond are totally different, you know? They have that insane out of, you know, like practical effects. They both are crazy when it comes to that. But the tone, you know, Reanimator is just so much more quirky and in a way like, you know, just comedic. It's and From Beyond is a little bit more serious. I feel like there are some comedic parts, you know, and goofy moments, like, you know, he bit his head off like a gingerbread man or whatever, you know what I'm talking
then
about?
How do you explain this hard on that I got, man?
Yeah, man. And I tell you, man, fucking Barbara Crampton, baby. Oh my god.
Bruh.
So dude,
Barbara Crampton.
Dude, I want to give it a 5 so bad. I think I'm like right there with you at a 4.69. I think maybe if we would have got that little extra R-rated footage, it might have been a 5 all day. I
You
don't
just
think
wanted to see one of them punk rock chicks topless, man. Don't lie. Notice this.
Yeah.
Them and the stepmom painted like dolls. That's intentional. How wild their paint is. It's not just because they're right. It's like not just because they're punk rock, but like there's something about there. It's like it's may also be saying something about being dead inside but pretty on the outside, like one of these dolls, right? Because they're like all gnarled up on the inside. Yeah,
that could be. Which is funny because that one girl, like her best friend, you could tell she's trying to put up the front like she's some like baddie girl, like punk rocker, but she's really there just to kind of dance and listen to music while the other one's like the scumbag trying to steal and stuff.
Yeah. And by the way, where the fuck is this movie taking place? Okay, so they're talking about how they had to go to Boston to get the kid, right? So they're in America.
Yeah.
Look, first of all, they filmed this in Italy. Okay.
Yeah.
Look at the car. She's driving on the other side of the car. You know what I'm saying? So it's like so weird. And then these punk rock chicks, they're like British.
Yeah.
They're like UK punk rock chicks. Yeah. Like what world is it? Like who cares? It's like the Universal monster movies. It's just some other reality. Who cares?
That's what I almost think of it as, like they stepped into like, you know, like a different universal plane or something, you know, and they're just in a whole different reality. Where there's witches and elves and, you know, all the trolls and goblins and just everything, you know.
It's a special part of the world that contains the longest night of all time.
Yep.
I like that. Like, you're right. That's a nice, like mysterious kind of like quote to put into it, right?
Ooh. Yeah, I love that, man. I love that.
You're talking about like 30 Days a Night shit, right? We're the vampires, man. What's going on?
Just like, you know, when you get you know, when there's a crazy, you know, rain, like storm at night, and you're just like, I'm not going nowhere, man. I'm gonna put on a scary movie and just like make some popcorn and just like melt into my couch, sink into my couch. You know what I'm saying?
Hell
like,
yeah.
It's just like, and I hope that it is the longest night in the world, and I could just watch movies all night long. You know, something like that. You know what I mean? Like,
hell yeah, man.
Dude, like, I can dig that, man.
By the way, weirdest stretch of the movie. This is something that I thought about and I really like, but these toy soldier dolls, right? They got their shit ready. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're the most disciplined fucking dolls. You can imagine they're doing drills at night when nobody's there at the house or whatever. But they show up and he does their fucking little drum and the fucking trumpet and they blow the motherfuckers away. Like, and those blood wounds, like the bullet wounds, the way like it like pops out and then blood just like pours the fuck out. Like, you don't usually see that. You usually see bullet wounds that would go like, whoosh, but this one goes pop, and then just blood pours out like a waterfall. That fucking gets me, man. I love that. It's just, I can just imagine these dudes drilling. You know what I'm saying? Like, get it ready. Like, they got their shit down, man. And she doesn't leave, and like dolls just attacked her. I'd be a little bit more lenient here if this was her first encounter with killer dolls, but she just fought off a bunch of killer dolls, and these other dolls point out these little fucking toy guns and start fucking hitting their drums and trumpets. I'm fucking out then and there, bro. I ain't waiting to see, oh, this sounds nice. What's the revelry? Like, fuck that shit, man. Just fucking get out of there, man. But she was dumb, right? She's the follower. She's the one like, anyway. They reminded me of V for Vendetta, like the comic book, like the way that like the sex workers were painted up like dolls and shit in that, like the Natalie Portman character. I don't remember the character's name. It's different in the movie, of course, but in the book, it reminds me of that.
Comic. Or Eve.
Is that her name, Eve? It reminds me of Eve and all that shit from the V for Vendetta comic, the painted face and all that stuff.
Man, I really like almost want to give it a 5 so bad. I just I can't figure out anything to stop me from it. And that's like it's like
just do it then, Dylan. God damn.
Am I trying to be a critic? You know, like, I don't know, man. I'm gonna give it a 5, man. I'm
at 4.69. I feel good about that.
I think 4.69 is respectable. Yeah, that's what I'm sticking at, is 4.69. So 4.69 for me and Robbie, and a 3.5. AKA, I know Steph wants to bump it up to a 3.69.
Yeah,
I know he'll
3.69.
respectively
Definitely
bump
do.
that up for a brother.
3.69. Definitely.
So yeah, let's see. I don't think anyone put anything in the comments. Y'all, I guess y'all ain't do your homework this week. I'm just kidding.
Damn.
So I know a couple people definitely watch this or have seen it before. I know my man Two Gun's been up on it. But yeah, that's an average score of 4.3-69. I don't know. I think
nice, dude.
it's around there. So yeah, man, that concludes 1987's Dolls by the freaking legend Stuart Gordon. And if you guys haven't, if you're newer to the channel, definitely go and check out me and Robbie's Stuart Gordon Spotlight that we did last year. It was awesome. And if you were a Stuart Gordon fan, you will not want to miss that. Definitely catch the rewind on that because that was a lot of fun last year. And man, I'm sure I know we dived into like everything he did, man. So that was a fun one. 2.5ers from Verno.
Get the fuck out of here.
We won't.
God damn it.
Disregard that. Two Guns holding up.
Verno's gonna be like, why didn't Robbie message me about the monthly comic book review this month?
Oh shit. Oh my god.
You've been replaced by Brandon. How's that make you feel, Verno?
So before we get into show and tell, we might do a little horror news. A24 just released a new movie out in theaters this week called X, directed by Ty West. If y'all are a fan of like 70s slasher films, definitely go check this out and show it some love. It's getting a lot of great reviews from everyone that I've only watched a couple reviews, and they all said they fucking loved it. I actually went and saw it, and I really enjoyed it. I'd love to go see it again, honestly. I almost wasn't sure if maybe I missed the first like 60 seconds of it. I don't think I did, but I was just like taken aback, honestly. It was a fun watch. It had like everything. I wish it had. I was hearing it was pretty gory, and it is really gory, definitely. I wish it would have ramped it up a little bit more because I guess from what I was hearing, it hyped me up to make me think I was like, oh shit, this is going to be crazy gory. Right. It's still really gory. For someone who ain't into horror, this shit will fuck them up. But, I'm like the king of gore, so it's like that stuff like don't faze me as much. But there was some shit that definitely, when I was like, oh, damn, that's, so there's some good gore in it. It's a freaky one, man, but it has everything you need, man. It's almost like, this is what I'll say, and that'll be it. It's like Boogie Nights from Mark Wahlberg's Boogie Nights meets Texas Chainsaw Massacre. That's like the best way to put it. But really, it's not like, it's just the vibe and the aesthetic of Texas Chainsaw Massacre. There's no guy with a chainsaw or anything.
I'm going to see it in a few days. I'm very excited. I really wanted to go yesterday. Nobody wanted to go.
Dude, I went by myself.
I almost went by myself, but I didn't.
I did.
But
I had known because my girl was at work, and I was like,
But if me and Dylan lived in the same spot, we would have went yesterday.
Dude, we would go every fucking week, bro. Like straight up, like every time a good movie. I wish, man. Gary North said X was fantastic. And I started to watch House of the Devil, which was by Ty West a while back. I never finished it though.
That one in something called The Innkeeper or something.
I think that's another one he did. Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard they're good stuff. I've never seen anything, but this looks good. Me and Jamie are gonna go see it though in a few days. It seems like something that I think she'd like too. So
man,
when I first saw that trailer, it gave me TCM vibes, and that I don't necessarily want to like the new trend in movie trailers where they take an old school song and like cinematize it, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But like, I'm a big Foghat fan, and I Just Want to Make Love to You is one of the best Foghat songs out there. So that trailer really got me, and so I'm really fucking pumped, and I'm so bummed I haven't seen it yet. So I'm just fucking holding my fucking breath, man. Like, I'm excited as fuck.
I am really intrigued to know what you're gonna think about it.
I think it could. It's the potential right now to be the best movie of 2022.
A lot of people are saying it's straight up the best horror. They think that they can't say because obviously 2022 has a lot to go. But they're like, this is probably gonna be my favorite horror movie.
Yeah, you can't trust those people though. They said the same thing about Scream fucking 5. So
I know, but this guy, man, like a lot of people, like Chris Stuckman, he said it was incredible. So
yeah, you can't trust him though because he likes Scream 5.
Well, okay, agree to disagree on that.
There you
go.
I do like Chris though. I watch Chris a lot, but everybody likes this fucking movie, and it's pissing me off. I haven't watched it yet. So can we move on?
Thanks for the reminder about X Ty West Rules at Horror. Gonna check this out soon. Definitely. House of the Devil and the Innkeepers by Ty West deserve more love. I'll definitely check those out. But yeah, it's definitely worth going to see in the theater. No doubt. It's got everything, man. It's got tits. It's got gore. It's got it all.
Brian has got, what's her name? Fucking goddamn Hairspray. Brittany, what the fuck's her name?
Brittany Murphy.
Snow. Yeah. Brittany Snow. Come on, man.
And with Mia Goth or something. The one guy gives off like Matthew McConaughey vibes. When you see it, as soon as you see it, you'll know, Robbie. Matthew McConaughey, he's like going for his best impression of Matthew McConaughey.
I don't want to talk about it anymore.
Scream 6 will release in theaters March 2023. For horror news, it looks like Resident Evil or Netflix is doing a Resident Evil show coming out July 14th. I mean, I don't know, man. At this point, they just had a movie. Nicolas Cage wants to play a terrifying version of Batman villain Egghead, which that would be crazy. Rob Zombie shares first look at Cassandra Peterson, aka Elvira, in the Munsters movie, which is going to be rated PG. So people are going nuts because they were wondering what was going to go on with that. Legendary Hammer Studios relaunches with Dr. Jekyll movie starring Eddie Izzard. And the new Scream 5 movie, which Robbie hates so much, is now streaming on Paramount Plus for free if you pay for the subscription of Paramount Plus. What is this? Maggie?
Just go watch Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2022 instead.
Oh man. So Walking Dead, or AMC has announced another new Walking Dead spin-off series today. This one is titled Isle of the Dead. Coming to AMC 2023. The 6-episode series centers on Negan and Maggie. Isle of the Dead sees Maggie.
Isle of the Dead?
Yeah.
Isle of the Dead.
There's a goddamn Boris Karloff movie called Isle of the Dead. What are they fucking around with, man?
Yeah, man, I knew they were gonna fucking do some spin-offs, man. I knew they couldn't just leave it alone.
They can't help themselves, man. What else does AMC have?
Nothing.
Did I see the end credits trailer? The end credits trailer for what? X? Dude, don't tell me, because I heard they're doing a prequel for X.
They're doing a prequel called Pearl.
What is it?
Pearl. It's called Pearl.
Pearl? Dude, because I think Mia Goth plays the old
God damn it, I don't
woman.
want to talk anymore.
Dude, Mia Goth plays this sexy ass chick, but I think she plays the old woman in makeup as well. But no, dude, because I looked it up and they said it was just the voice of Pearl saying nothing that didn't mean anything. So I didn't even see it. And then I saw Chris Stuckman's review and he said that that to stay for the end credit scene. So I'm fucking bummed I didn't see it, man. I gotta figure out a way to check the credits. I didn't know it was a trailer, man. I thought they said that she just says some meaningless shit. You see the trailer at the end. Damn.
So is the prequel actually called Pearl?
I guess so. Oh, wow, it's gonna be a prequel.
I don't want to talk about this anymore.
All right. Well, what do you got for show and tell?
Not much, but I got a couple of things. Got a little handful. Am I going? Is it me?
Yeah, you go. And then Steph, if you...
All right, I got the Spanish version of Dolls. It's not in Spanish, though. But no, I just got my Ghost World on Criterion. So nice. I upgraded my DVD copy to a Criterion version of Ghost World.
Nice.
It looks like Steve Buscemi, too.
Yeah, right? It's a Daniel Clowes magic right there, man.
Yeah.
So not trying to spoil anything, but I'll make the announcement right here. Exclusive announcement. After March Madness, we're taking a 2-week break on PCP Movie Night. When we return, we're doing Ghost World. I think that's like April 15th or something. I don't know the exact date. The thing is this, the Friday night before that, we're doing a live Comics Revisited on, guess what? Ghost World. So we're going to do the comic book on Friday, and then the following Monday do the movie. So I'm really excited for that. I got a copy of Captain Kronos Vampire Hunter on Blu-ray finally, upgraded from my DVD copy. I love this movie. It's a Hammer film. It's about Captain Kronos. He's a vampire hunter. In this movie, vampires are different. There are different types of vampires. Excuse me. So there are different types of ways to kill them. So there's this whole 5-minute sequence in this movie where they're trying to figure out how to kill this vampire. They like stake him, hang him, try to put silver on him, burn him. Like they do all this shit and they can't figure out how to fucking kill the vampire. But it's great. This is a weed smoking white version of Blade from back in the day. Basically. Think of it that way. And so I have, I'm a huge Mike Mignola fan. I love the Hellboy stuff. I have all that stuff in trades, and I don't have much of the original stuff. But I'm also getting the BPRD stuff. And so they've been doing these nice ultimate collections of the Plague of Frogs run, like the first act of BPRD. And then they moved into Hell on Earth. So I'm finally now trying to get up on that. So I got the big omnibus paperback version of Hell on Earth Volume 1, which I think does show have the Last Guy Davis stuff.
Okay.
And I never read that stuff. So I've never read any of this, but that's Volume 1. That's Volume 2.
Sick.
And Volume 3. So those are the three that are out right now. And basically, when Hellboy quit the BPRD, I kept reading Hellboy, and I only read BPRD for the shortest time. And then I got those Plague of Frogs paperbacks. They're like, there's 4 of these, right? And so it's the same kind of thing. They look really nice on the shelf together.
Yeah.
But now I get the Hell on Earth, and I'm excited for that. And that's all I got. That's all I got.
Nice. Well done.
Thank you. Thank you. Oh, Kirby, thank you so much. I've been way deep diving back into my love for Daniel Klaus. So,
you got anything today, Steph?
Nah, not this week.
Not today?
For sure, promise.
No worries, no worries. So yeah, I got the Scream Factory version of Dolls.
Nice.
I just got this week. Vestron came out with a new collector edition of Dream a Little Dream.
Fuck yeah, man.
A movie I watched growing up with my mom. Not a horror film, which is a little weird. Vestron's been expanding where they haven't just been doing strictly horror. They've been doing a couple.
Well, they did a lot of films back in the day, right? So
yeah.
Bro, so I didn't even know that came out. That's awesome. I gotta get that.
It just came out this week, man. I love this slipcover. It's beautiful. And this is one that I don't think ever got. I think it got a DVD release, and that's it. So this is the first time it's ever on Blu-ray. Has an audio commentary with film historian Jarrett Gahan. Interviews Young at Heart, an interview with Corey Feldman. When Lightning Strikes, an interview with executive producer Lawrence Kasanoff. And then theatrical trailer, TV spots, and still gallery. Wish they would have got an interview with Corey Haim, but it is what it is. Not too much on the special features, but I'm sure this movie is gonna look beautiful because I know because I on digital like Amazon Prime, it looks a little foggy in a way. I know like it feels like it's supposed to be that way because it's like a dream at sometimes, but I'm really excited to see what this.
Bro, I love that movie, man. I think like the 25th time I ever had sex was to that movie.
Really? Dude, isn't it a cool slip?
It was one of those things, man, where you'd be like, yeah, let's watch Dream a Little Dream. And you just wind up,
I wish they did, like the original poster art too. That's the only thing my only gripe with Vestron is that they need to do like double artwork.
Yeah, they do.
I do love their slips though. They have a nice little glossy emboss.
That was the original Netflix and chill.
Yeah. Let's see. I actually haven't even taken these out the package yet, but I got a little package from Fright Rags, and dude, I can't wait. I'm gonna throw this on my freaking laptop. But it came with an awesome nice Fright Rags Prince of Darkness sticker. So So I got that to go along with my Shaun of the Dead sticker, which I like that one, but nowhere near like this Prince of Darkness one. Y'all know I'm a Carpenter fan. And then it came with a little Fright Films facts on TV, and I like the little old school TV, but it's a picture of Dexter, killing one of his victims. And it says Dexter killed 117 people throughout the course of the show. But that's 2006 to 2013. So add 117 to however many people he killed in that recent show, and then you got your total. So yeah, still pretty cool though. That's a lot of people. So yeah, I got a nice little package my girlfriend got me for like a late Valentine's Day / birthday gift, even though my birthday is not till April. But
she's like, I'm taking care of all this shit right now.
Yeah.
By the way, your Christmas gift's in there too.
What was that?
So by the way, your Christmas gift's in there too.
Yeah, I'm sure. So I got the Crow.
Sick. Yo.
It's actually, this is the first time you're looking. So I was, dude.
Bro, you got to come down to Memphis in September. James O'Barr is going to be there. I'm
Really?
going to be there too.
Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
James O'Barr is going to be there.
It can't rain all the time. I almost like don't even want to unfold these at the moment, dude. I'm just so.
I don't want to ruin the mitness of it.
Yeah, but dude, because I suck at folding. So like until I actually wear them, but this looks way cooler than I thought. Because at first I was like debating. I'm like, should I got it? Because they have so many shirts. It was hard to choose because I only got one of these shirts. Is technically my girlfriend's, even though I'm gonna steal it from her sometimes. Because she'll like get my size and she'll kind of tie it up in like a knot or something or wear it around the house. But yeah, dude, that looks cooler than I thought. And this sold out at one point, and the hoodie was sold out in my size. So I was like, I'm gonna grab this before it's too late. But I need to get that Evil Dead 35th anniversary. So this was on sale, but American Psycho, this is the one I was saying I'm gonna steal from my girl. She absolutely loves American Psycho. So yeah, him and his little freaking, what is that, Robbie? The little rain jacket, is that what it is? Now this, bro, I am so fucking hype to have this, bro. It came back in stock. This is the hoodie though, not the t-shirt. Nice. That's one shirt that I was gonna get. I was gonna get the Bela Lugosi Dracula shirt. I ended up going with the Crow. So I was like, I'm trying to have a variety of stuff, like not just have like all Halloween shirts or all, so I'm trying to get a little variety of like all the stuff I love.
Very cool.
So I need to get a TCM shirt next. That was one I was gonna get, but dude, this is a hoodie. And I've been needing, so I got that to go with my House of a Thousand Corpses. But dude, it's huge too. It takes up like the whole back. What do you think of that, Robbie?
I think it's fucking awesome. I think you need to wear it all the time, even on the 4th of July.
It's gonna be hard, man. I'm gonna have a hard time debating on what to wear because I also got the Killer Clowns from Outer Space hoodie, bro.
Nice.
Dude. And this fucker, like, is huge.
And your girl threw some money down on you, man. Let me tell you that.
Dude. Well, luckily I have PayPal, so it's like paying 4 payments. But
bro, I thought you said your girl got this for you.
And I had a 10% off, But yeah, bro.
My girl got it for me, but I mean, I bought it.
No. Like, I just used my PayPal account. But yeah, no. She bought it for me, bro.
Those look dope, man.
Yeah, dude.
That's dope. It's dope as fuck.
Dude, it came out like when I literally opened I just like opened it and saw the top, and all I saw was like this, and I'm like, oh my god,
Fright Rags is legit, man.
Good, bro. And like I do have a Killer Clown shirt, so I was debating. Like this was the one. Like this and the Wolfman. I've been looking at these, been in my cart for weeks, bro. And I was just like, what shirt do I want, man? What shirt? So I was like, I gotta get a shirt to go with it. Just because like it costs so much. I'm like,
not trying to spoil anything for anybody, but Killer Clowns from Outer Space we covered on PCP Movie Night already. And we're we're doing it again in May here on Dylan's Horror Show because that movie's just too fucking good. And I bet it's going to be hot as fuck. It's going to be like record high temperatures in Ohio that week. And Dylan's still going to wear that fucking hoodie.
And I'm going to wear my Killer Clown shirt with it.
Station.
Hell yeah, dude. So yeah, man, that's
dope, man. That's good stuff, man. That's great.
Thanks, bro.
I haven't gotten any new shirts lately. I need to get on that.
Yeah, I haven't gotten anything in a while, man. And I just like the Wolfman hoodie came back in stock, and that stuff was sold out for a while. So I was like, I gotta get it before it's too late. And she was gonna get she didn't know where to order it, so she knew I'd want it. She planned to get it. She was like, just order it. You know what I'm saying? So I got these two, man. I've been dying to get these, and I'm so glad I did because they just look incredible. And the freaking crow came out, just looks so much better than I thought it was gonna too. I was worried I was gonna be like, man, I should have got this, I should have got that, instead. But I'm really happy with what I got.
That's awesome, man.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, but I still gotta do that fucking Evil Dead 2 shirt. Is incredible. I was gonna get the hoodie. Let me see. Did you see? Have you seen it though?
No.
This is it, Robbie. Dude, they have a really cool Halloween 3. This one website has a Halloween 3 shirt and jogger pants. It's like a set. It's really cool.
Oh, nice.
Very cool.
Did you see it?
Yeah, man. Very cool.
Oh, I didn't know if it.
Yeah.
It's kind of got like a Army of Darkness vibe to it, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I like it though.
Which I wanted that because then it will go with my Army of Darkness shirt. Because there is an Army of Darkness shirt, and it's the cover of the Scream Factory art.
Oh, that's.
And I was gonna get that, but I was like, I kind of like the Army of Darkness shirt I have better.
There was an Evil Dead one I was going to get, but it was sold out the last time I did an order. But it was a long sleeve, and it had like the Necronomicon on it and the words and the images on the sleeve. It was around the time I bought my Elvira one because I wanted some long sleeve shirts, and the Elvira one's cool because I like them. I like sleeves that long sleeves that have things on them, like my Phantasm hoodie that's got the Cuda and the spheres. And Elvira has got the shit. And by the way, the NECAs of Elvira have started hitting in certain retail shops. So keep an eye out for that.
At first, man, I thought that I was never going to get another hoodie again. But I've been wearing this House of a Thousand Corpses hoodie every day. And I was like, man, I got to get another to, switch it up. Nice. And, it's I don't wear the shirts all the time because I'm not going to wear the shirts to work and risk it.
I can't wear, I work at a comic shop. You think I could wear whatever I want to, but I can't wear some of my shirts at work.
Really?
No, I mean, think about it, bro. There are kids that come to my shop, man.
Oh, yeah, true.
And I'm going to wear a Night of the Demon shirt that could scare a fucking sheltered ass kid who's never seen fucking dolls. You know what I'm saying? With some stuck up parents. You know what I'm saying?
True.
Yeah, man. The Phantasm hoodie has worked for me for most of the winter, though.
I love that Phantasm hoodie, man.
There's nothing super scary on that, but I have some scary looking shirts. But this one, I don't know, man. I think this one's fine, but somebody today was I don't know. I think that might be too much for certain kids. It's the Green Knight, so it's a decapitated dude. I don't know, man.
I don't think they'd catch that.
Right.
See the
They're
colors.
just whatever, man. They play cards. They got the Suicide King on there. One more bit of horror news, real quick. Dynamite Comics has got an Indiegogo going right now for a Elvira one shot. That is the Death of Elvira. So it's a one shot comic. I got the Wrath of the Khan one shot. It was really good stuff. The Elvira comics from Dynamite have been some of their best, 100%. No fucking around there. I know people think that I just say good things about Dynamite because I have a working relationship with them, but the Elvira comics are fucking awesome for horror fans. And this one's got a great cover where she's staring at her grave, and the tombstone says, Elvira, she was also a great set of legs.
Hey, she still is.
Yeah, it was just cracked me up, man. But anyway, that's out there on Indiegogo, already funded, so
nice.
Jump on it. The Elvira books are good. If you haven't read them, The latest one just wrapped up. Elvira Meets Vincent Price. That book is perfect for horror fans. That book is perfect for horror fans. And the next one is called Elvira in Horror Land. And that one, at the end of the Elvira Meets Vincent Price, she's being flung through alternate dimensions. So basically, she's being flung through movies, right? So at the end of this series, she wakes up and she's in a black and white world. And she's like, I know I'm pale, but this is ridiculous. And she looks up and it's like the Bates Motel. So the first issue is she's in Psycho, right? So that's going to be kind of cool. Kind of cool.
I tell you, Jerem, that's a rabbit hole you're going down. You see how expensive them shirts are expensive, man.
And wait for sales and shit because they do pop up all the time.
And sometimes you'll get 10% off coupons and stuff like I got. Like I put the shit in my cart and like let it sit for a couple days, and they were like, "Oh, we saved your cart. Oh, we hope you come back soon." Sending me emails. They're like, "Well, here's the 10% off." You know, and I was like, cool.
That's a good trick. Put shit in your cart and just let it sit there. Yeah, you're right.
And they sent me a 10% off.
That's a good trick, man.
Yeah, and I planned on getting the stuff. I was trying to figure out what shirt I wanted, you know. So I 100% knew I wanted those two hoodies, like I had to. So like spring's basically here. So and I'm a hoodie, like weather type of guy. So, I needed some hoodies, you know, and all I got is like 2 pullover ones, and I wanted like zipper ones, you know, and I was just sick of always wearing my House of 1,000. I want to be able to switch it up.
Hell yeah. I got sick of wearing my Dallas Cowboys one. Trust me. I understand.
Yeah. It's just because I want to be able to keep it nice too. I don't want to just beat the shit out of it.
Look at fucking Max Headroom down there. That's awesome. Never mind.
So yeah, what do we got next week? We got for the finale of March Madness.
That's right. You got the finale too, right?
Yeah, Midsummer. And what are you reviewing this upcoming Monday?
Oh no, I have the finale, dipshit. I have the finale.
Oh shit,
but yeah, you're right. You have the penultimate March Madness. That's right.
Wait, so what are you reviewing this Monday? And then next Monday is April Fool's Day?
Bruh. No, it's not April Fool's Day. It's actually on a Friday. But anyway, we next on Monday, we're doing the very first. Let me start over. We are talking about the directorial debut of Dario Argento, the bird with the crystal plumage. We talked about these psychological thrillers, Silence of the Lambs, Exorcist 3. We talked about Manhunter, you know, on PCP movie night. A lot of that stuff starts in movies like The Bird with the Crystal Plumage. So Dario Argento, Ennio Morricone doing the score. It's a really great debut film. And so it's a cool early Argento film to check out. If you want to know what Giallo is, it kind of gets defined in that picture. Are you going to be there, Dylan?
I'm going to try.
Oh, there's room for you, man. And allegedly, Jay Strick's going to be there.
Is he?
But I think there's a 25% chance of that.
Yeah. Well, that'd be awesome if he comes. Oh, I'm going to try and watch it, though. I've never actually seen it. Bird with a crystal plumage. Yeah, no, I've never.
Yeah, it's more of, you know, it's traditional Giallo. It's got all that shit, the leather gloves, the blades, the blood. It's tame compared to, I think, what most people are going to be expecting.
Right.
But it's murder mystery. It's really good. I think it's exceptional.
Argento goodness.
Yeah.
Yeah, it did just get a 4K release from Arrow. Yeah, that's sweet. You got Gary North said he's got that. That's awesome, dude. That did look like a really cool set. Jay Slip, yes, sir, the one and only. Well, he's not.
We'll see.
He's not Jay
fucking
Slip.
See.
He's not Jay Slip anymore.
Not anymore.
There's only one and only D Slip, baby.
D Slip these nuts around.
Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah, that's what she said. But yeah, so definitely make sure you're there this upcoming Monday for Rockin' Robbie's Bird of the Crystal Plumage, and definitely make sure you guys do your homework and check us out this upcoming Saturday for A24's Midsummer, which has Florence Pew 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 from Black Widow.
And I've never seen this one.
Hawkeye.
Everybody's been wanting me to see. Wow. Everybody's been wanting me to see Midsummer. And this is it. This is me getting to watch
You've seen
Midsommar.
Hereditary, right? Or no?
Yeah, we did Hereditary. I love that film. I gave it 5 digs.
Yeah, I don't know Fable.
But not only do we have Midsommar, but we have the Dylan's Horror Show debut next week of Mr. Joe Corallo.
Oh, yeah.
Because when I gave him the list of March Madness, he goes, I want to do Manhunter and I want to do Midsommar. So
awesome.
Very excited to have Joe here next week.
Hell yeah.
Apparently he really likes this film.
For a while.
I've never seen it.
Hell yeah.
You know, Joe liked the new Batman.
I loved it too.
Just so y'all know. Everybody thinks Joe hates everything. Joe liked that new Batman, by the way.
Well, we'll be able to geek out about that for a minute then. Hell yeah.
Yeah, man. I haven't talked to him about it, really. He told me he liked it, and I was like, cool, I'm excited to watch it. Then I watched it, and I haven't talked to him about it since.
Gary
kept the
says,
subject
watch the director's cut of Midsommar.
See, that's what my buddy Blake's been telling me. And he's like, it's 30 minutes longer. But I'm like, I got to watch the theatrical cut first because that's what everybody else watched first. So I want to see what y'all watched.
Yeah. But then,
you know what I'm saying? But if I have the time, I'll throw it in.
Director's cut, I think, is going to be better. Definitely. Because I remember actually watching the theatrical and thinking it was okay. Then when I finally got to kind of sit back and watch it at home, the director's cut, I liked it a lot more. But yeah, try and watch them both if you can. Yep, Joe C. debut. Steph, you got anything popping on the channel or with Fable before we get out of here?
Tomorrow, Blame Fable tonight, 6 p.m. We got Burno, the MIA, Schmurno. Yeah, we're going to be going over the movie Overlord. Nice. Little...
You should have picked a Stuart Gordon film.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
Wouldn't that have been a great bit for him? Like if he skips out tonight.
Yeah. There's no escaping the Gordon.
Surprise, we're doing dolls.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
But yeah, 6 p.m. with Burno, Fable, Herm, myself, and Brother Joe singing us in. So
you should definitely watch Stuck, Burno. If you catch this, watch Stuck. It's on Tubi. You will love that Stuart Gordon film.
I can't recommend any Stuart Gordon to that dude. I don't even know him.
You're like,
I feel like I used to, but I don't even know him anymore.
Hey, what up, Log? Yeah.
Rogue, it's big, it's heavy, it's wood.
Rogue even says director's cut for sure. Yeah, I agree. Overlord is wild. Y'all should check it out. Overlord, that's
you talking about the villain from Savage Dragon?
No.
What was that?
I asked if they were talking about the villain from Savage Dragon, but I don't think they are.
The Iron Man dude.
Yeah.
It's got Wyatt Russell in it. It's like
It's J.J. Abrams, isn't it? Or who?
Yeah, executive produced, but it's about
the executive. But it's basically like a World War II meets Nazi zombies or something like that. I thought.
Like it's a B movie idea with the production of an A budget movie.
Yeah.
So it's
I did watch it a while back. I don't remember much. That's like all I remember is the premise, but I don't remember like hating it. I'll definitely have to watch it though. So because y'all are doing that tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'll definitely have to try and watch that. So
looking forward to that episode, man. Y'all kill it every week on Blame Fable tonight, but I'm really looking forward to Schmurno being on there.
I look forward to Sunday afternoon every day. Packed up with Rock and Robbie and the freaking Blame Fable show. I love it.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, Rock and Robbie is back tomorrow night. So
hey.
Yeah, I'm going to be talking about Jet Li's Fearless. Nice. That was an interesting movie. I'll be talking about that. DC sneak peek. We're doing Image in the 90s. What else are we doing? Top 5 movies of 1978. 78? Yeah, 78. And what else? X-Men and an annotation on X-Men animation. Lots of good stuff tomorrow night. So
fun fact: the guy who directed Fearless also directed Warriors of Virtue. If you did not know that. Yeah.
But that's Ronnie Yu or something like that?
Yep.
Is that his name?
Ronnie.
Okay.
That's the guy who did Bride
Is that
of
the guy who
Chucky
did Freddy
and
versus Jason?
Yeah, and Bride of Chucky.
Bruh, this is wild. How the fuck did he make Fearless? Because that movie's got many more levels than any of those other ones we just mentioned.
Right?
No, Bullseye Bob from Everything Comics has been sending me on a really great path. And I've been wanting to do a martial arts movies of the podcast for a long time. And
should do it.
And now I feel like I'm finally at a level where I can maybe start attempting it. But Bob has given me I got fucking dozens of movies. I'm going to break his heart at one moment because I got this idea. I want to do every John Carpenter movie in order, week by week. So I'm going to break his heart one time and be like, bro, I'm sorry. I got to dedicate this year to John Carpenter.
Yeah. That's going to be awesome when you do that.
Either that or Rockin' Robbie Live goes to 4 to 5 hours every week. And I don't know if I can handle that.
Yeah, that's a lot.
I don't know if you can handle that.
I think the audience is ready, but that'd be a lot on your plate.
Jerome said, good show today. Dylan, ton of excellent suggestions on Pride Film, Fashion, Solid panel, and a killer chat group dedication to debauchery. Thank you, bro. Appreciate that, man. You know, we love having you here every week, man.
And you know I love debauchery.
Can't wait to hang with Schmardo.
This is new name. I want you to keep that going tomorrow, Steph, please.
Schmardo, gosh. You know what? I was going to tell, because, you know, Fable usually creates all of our advertisements. I was going to tell him if he makes a new one, reference Berno as Schmardo.
Yes.
Tomorrow. Tomorrow.
Man,
fucking Stuart Gordon hating ass. He deserves it.
Schmarno has been tired, man. I can't blame him because I've been tired with my new job too. So, dude, is that a Bride of Reanimator shirt too, Robbie?
Nah, man, this is a Green Knight shirt.
Dude, it looks like some type of Reanimator.
You ever seen The Green Knight? Did you watch that movie?
I watched some of it. That new movie, right? That came out.
Yeah, so it looks like a tarot card, see?
Definitely.
It looks like a tarot card, but it's
That's
the Green
cool.
Knight.
You obviously loved the movie then, right?
It's my favorite movie of last year, bro.
Really?
I fucking love it.
I watched majority.
It's dark fantasy, slow, fucking long, and
That's
boring.
A24
but I fucking love it. Yeah,
right?
it's A24, man.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I love it.
Dude, I can't wait to hear what you think about X. I really want to kind of go see it again. But yeah, man, so definitely go check out the review for Bird and Crystal Plumage this week on Monday. Definitely make sure you're subbed up on Instagram to my man One Collection Down, aka so you don't miss the Sunday Blame Fable show. It is legendary. I promise you, you will not regret it, man. Just a bunch of awesome dudes talking about fucking incredible things. And definitely be sure to check out the after party with Rockin' Robbie live right after on YouTube.
I'm proud to be the fucking after party for Fable. Blame Fable Tonight, my favorite show on Instagram.
Hell yeah, dude. Straight up, man. I love that show so much. I just love seeing Fable go live, man. I remember when I begged this motherfucker to go live with me, bro. He's like, it ain't time.
I loved the last episode because I
He's
felt
like a Jedi, man.
Right? Like, dude, the last episode of Blame Fable Tonight, the opening of it reminded me of like the earliest days of what it was called Robbie Rants Live.
Yeah.
Where I'd be like, can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? Let me know if you can hear me. And there's a lag. So you're like waiting for people to let you know, and you don't know what the fuck to do. And you're just like, can you hear me?
Yeah, bro.
I love it, man. I love it.
Those lags were fucked up. Yeah, definitely don't miss the Blame Fable show. That's the show.
My favorite show. Man, I love it.
Straight up, dude.
Sometimes I watch that show and I'm like, oh man, now I got to do a show. I can't. I don't want to do a show. I just want to chill now.
Right.
Like I just blew my load.
Man.
It's like I just blew my load and I can't go again until I finish another fucking, 15-minute or something. You got to take a break. You got to. Yeah. Anyway, what am I fucking talking? Sorry.
Then definitely go check out Midsummer. Let's see, is Midsummer on anything?
Midsummer next week. And then the official wrap-up of March Madness is the Monday after next week's horror show.
So I started it, you end it.
So we're doing Bird with the Crystal Plumage on Monday, Midsummer next Saturday, and then we wrap it up the following Monday with April Fool's Day. There you go.
I don't know. Midsummer's not. You can rent it on Amazon. I want to say Midsummer's on like.
Yeah, it's not streaming anywhere right now unless you're subscribed to like Showtime or some shit.
Yeah, I was gonna say if you have Showtime,
Yep,
you
it's
can watch
on.
it.
If you got Showtime, you can check out Midsummer. Durham says, "See, excellent group. No one is safe. Not even Schmurno. Friggin' hilarious. Hell yeah, Schmurno. He's gonna love that.
I'll turn on fucking anybody at the drop of a goddamn dime. You just talk some shit about Stuart Gordon, see what the fuck happens.
That's for sure. That's for sure. That's why we're best friends. But yeah, man. So definitely go check out Midsummer. We'll be reviewing that this week. And then the following Monday, not this Monday, but the one after, make sure you do not miss Pop Culture Philophers March Madness finale with April Fool's Day. It's going to be awesome. So definitely do y'all homework, man. We can't wait to see y'all. You guys are the best, man. Make sure you go check out Blame Fable. And we will catch you guys next time, y'all. Peace out.